Welcome to A Guide to Every Deck in Modern. Today we're looking at Tron. Tron is yet another addition to the Tron Rogues Gallery seeking to win some other way besides the basic ramp plan. It's most similar to Dice Factory, but unlike that deck, which is looking to quickly combo out, Tron plays a slow, grindy game. Step 1 is of course assembling Tron, which it does with Expedition Map and by taking free mulligans with Serum Powder. From there, the most important cards are Mystic Forge and Karn the Great Creator. Although the deck has multiple ways to win, Karn is the most likely to achieve victory among them by tutoring up whatever you need in any given situation, or by simply grabbing a singular winning card. Some examples of a one-card threat are Sundering Titan and Possessed Portal. Mystic Forge is an enormous card advantage engine since it lets you cast everything in the deck off the top, including Karn. Besides those two, the deck can also potentially win via Walking Ballista or tokens from Urza's Saga. The prison aspect of the deck comes from shutting down a wide swath of opposing cards via Ensnaring Bridge and Chalice of the Void. The Stone Brain can also snipe certain decks out of a match immediately, such as Cascade, Creativity, and various combo decks. Spellskite acts as a solid blocker and redirective force to protect your most valuable cards like Bridge, Chalice, Karn, and Forge. So, besides trying to assemble Tron mana as fast as possible, the deck can go in a number of strategic directions depending on the matchup. If you're playing against a high synergy or combo deck, the Stone Brain or Chalice of the Void may be able to dismantle them. If their plan relies largely on attacking, you can often win by setting up behind Ensnaring Bridge. And if it's going to be a grindy game against mid-range or control, you can try and outvalue them with Karn and Forge. The most likely winning outcomes will be to assemble Tron, turtle behind Ensnaring Bridge, then win via either Ballista, shredding their resources with Karn and Liquid Metal Coating or Possessed Portal, or stripping their deck by recurring the Stone Brain with Karn over and over since it exiles itself. The biggest weakness of Tron is obviously that most of its cards are artifacts and thus susceptible to artifact hate, especially from effects like Stony Silence and opposing Karns. While those cards are extremely good against your artifacts, Karn still functions and Mystic Forge can still at least cast more cards off the top. It may be worthwhile to run a card like Cityscape Leveler in the sideboard just to deal with things like Stony Silence. There's a lot of balancing that goes on in regards to sideboarding. Any artifact in the sideboard is retrievable by Karn, but may also be more important in the main depending on matchup. An example is Welding Jars may need to come in post-board. Additionally, there are many main deck cards that can be sided out depending on the matchup. Cards like Ensnaring Bridge and Chalice of the Void may have minimal use against various decks. Knowing the opposing deck is very important since you can win or lose by playing cards like Chalice, Bridge, and the Stone Brain correctly. Tips and tricks. As usual, Karn can retrieve any artifact from exile, which includes cards exiled by Serum Powder or via your own effect like Relic of Progenitus. Although Serum Powder is technically a mana rock, its primary use is to improve mulligans. Aside from Mystic Forge's own tap ability, there are a number of ways to manipulate the top of the deck, including Expedition Map and Inventor's Fair. If you already have Tron mana, it can be better to search for other lands like Saga or Inventor's Fair with Expedition Map. Equipping Basilisk Collar to Walking Ballista gives it Death Touch, which makes every ping from it to opposing creatures lethal. If tutoring for Pithing Needle with Urza's Saga, your opponent must activate anything you'd name with it before you search. Once Needle hits the field, it's too late. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Tron. My thanks to the community for their assistance with these decks. You can find additional resources, such as an up-to-date deck list, in the description. If you think I got something wrong, please share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy these videos, consider supporting the channel, and take care.